Hello, welcome. We are back boxing this week. We're on the new channel as well. So if anybody is on Hook Boxing or Boxing Corner Casuals, 3 minutes late. Great start. Thanks, Real Becco.
Please subscribe.
So please subscribe to Hooked Casuals because that's where this is all going to be moving to.
It's the link in the bios of our chat.
That's a good point. It's not. It will be very soon. It will be. I can do that in about 2 seconds. So we'll do the intro and then we'll get that done.
We'll put a link to the YouTube channel in the comment as well, so you've got it.
Yeah, true. Right, Paolo, how are you? Once you do that, I'm going to put links.
Yeah, man, very well. An unconventional week of boxing. A lot happened last week, but an unconventional week of boxing, to say the least. This week we've got a lot to dig into. I find myself sitting here talking about one of the greatest heavyweight boxers. One of the greatest heavyweight boxers. Let's talk about like the youngest heavyweight champion. Ferocious, fearful, just everything, aura, character, know-how. And on the other hand, we've got Disney Channel's best star, Jake Paul.
Yeah.
That's literally what we're going from. We're going from know-how, character, aura, dominance, assertion. There's just plenty. Gladiator, Spartan, to Disney Channel's Jake Paul.
Yeah, what did Tyson say? He's a manufactured killer. I'm a natural born killer. It's a great clip. If you haven't seen that, I mean, it's part of the Netflix documentary, like the build up to it. Yeah, let's talk about that. That's the main. Actually, no. Do you know what? We're gonna have structure. We're gonna have some structures of the show. So, Keyshawn Davis. Now, last week we're kind of saying Top Rank was another stinky show because it was, but Keyshawn Davis looked really, really, really good. Now, he's actually potentially doing a fight of the week or a fighter of the week, and then a knockout of the week because I think that would be nice for people to see. So for me, because I maybe forgot to mention this to Paolo, this is my fighter of the week. Although, bam, the knockout. It's fucked. It could be Jesse Rodriguez.
Do you know you sound like that? I swear to God. You ever seen a film called Notting Hill?
Yeah, with Anne Hathaway and Hugh Grant.
You sound like Hugh Grant. I'm going to be honest with you. You got his hair as well.
I'm a main character. That's all I'm hearing.
Hugh Grant up. That would be hilarious.
No
Hugh Grant
chance.
and Connor. Let us know in the comments. Do they look the same? Sorry, go on, carry on.
Oh my God, what is going
Fighter
on?
of the week.
Fighter of the week is probably Jesse Rodriguez, but I've not prepared for that, so we're going for Keyshawn Davis. And then fight of the week is Abdullah Mason, 100%.
100%, man. Some sound advice Shakur gave him after the fight as well.
Yes. So
a lot of Shakur Stevenson got a lot of stick for that, but you've got to understand that the position that Shakur's in, which is a lot higher than Abdullah Mason's position, obviously, if you understand and know boxing, he's there. You know, he's giving him advice. He's giving a young fighter advice. Do you know what I mean? Abdullah Mason's going to be a great boxer. So it's only right that these people show him love. And I'm saying, someone said that they got the glass. That glass, if you know, you know, man.
Beavertown.
Yeah.
But right, let's watch Keyshawn Davis. It's another thing we're trying to do more on, or more of, is actually watching these guys back. So let's get this going. Here we go. Keyshawn Davis versus Gustavo Lemos. 2 rounds. So this is round 2 because we're not watching 6 minutes, but.
He's actually one of my favorite fighters, you know.
Yeah. And we got a big question in a second after this. Look at that. Walks him onto the right hand.
Night. He said, night. Get up.
Yeah.
Ready to go, man. So the
smile. Gustavo is tough as well.
He's tough, smiling, but he was defo hurt.
Yep.
There we go again.
Oh, yeah, he's hurt. He's fucking hurt. Just moving him.
Do you know what I like? Do you know what I like here? How Keyshawn Davis is able to keep him at range, and he's moving him around. But you see those little the jab that he's keeping him at range with. He's not doing a lot, but he's doing a lot. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, never lets him in. I mean, also always going for the body. Like, yes, he's headhunting, but Lemos had nowhere to put his hands. I mean, that is. All right, well, that's rugby.
No adverts.
That was not getting any free promotion.
Nah,
that's a top performance by Keyshawn Davis. Walks him onto the right hand to hurt him initially, and then lands a huge body shot before going back upstairs to put him down and wobble him. And then the fight really should have been called there, but I guess Lemos gets up. So the real question is, that's my fight of the week because I forgot about Jesse Rodriguez. But to be fair, Keyshawn Davis we know Rodriguez is that level. This is another step up. So, Keyshawn Davis versus Andy Cruz. I'm not entertaining Gervonta Davis fight because no, we're not doing that.
Why not?
Oh, come on, that's a whole different level. That's a
whole
nother level.
But dare to be great, man. Dare to be great.
Oh yeah, I like Keyshawn saying I want Gervonta Davis. I like all this, but imagine they actually fought.
Listen, you really, really don't know until they get in the ring. At some point, he's gonna have to fight these guys.
Yeah.
So are you saying it's not the right time for Keyshawn Davis to have that fight now?
I'm saying it's not the right time.
But then
I'm also saying
Gervonta Davis is very inactive.
He is. His fight's now been postponed till March, apparently. So he's no longer fighting in December.
No gin for me.
Gin on a Thursday.
No gin for me, man. No gin on a Thursday, man. Strictly water. Drink it, get it in, man. H2O.
It's a big obsession in there.
Keep them there, man. Keep them all there, man.
Would you rather? Well, no. Would you rather? This is. I would rather Andy Cruz, surely.
Okay, it's probably the fight that's more than likely going to happen because of Gervonta Davis's inactivity, which, is something that is to go to notice because he's not really. How many times at the moment Gervonta Davis is not very active, so off that basis, probably Andy Cruz makes more sense from that perspective. Just from my own perspective, I'd like to see Keyshawn Davis and Keyshawn and Gervonta Davis. But the perspective of a boxing,
too early,
the perspective of a boxing match, and the fact that what's going to be more business sense is probably the Cruz fight, Cruz and Keyshawn. That's probably what's going to make more sense.
Yeah.
But I need to see the two Davises go at some point, man. Do you know what I mean?
I like the Gervonta Davis fight. I just think there's one more step up, and I think Keyshawn Davis beats Andy Cruz, which I'm not sure he would. By the way, Keyshawn Davis is insanely good. Andy Cruz has it over him already. I don't know, but and that's a 50-50 fight. Keyshawn comes out of that as a winner. Sure, fight Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
What other competition is there for him to? I don't mind it then. But
move up, man. Move up. It's just not move up. Move up, man. There's plenty of fights there. Plenty of big fights to be made there if he moves up. So, you got to weigh that up as well. Is what do you want? And I think you've got to see this with some clarity. Do you either want to be a fighter that's just earning loads, like the big paydays, which is fine because a lot of people do that, but fighting at a high level? Or do you want to chase titles, glory? If that's the case, I just need to see certain boxers being more active, because if you're not doing that, then you're chasing the money, which is fine because boxing is a dangerous sport. first and foremost, make sure you get paid the right money. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if your goal is not money and you should be chasing titles, if you're physically able to and physically fit, mentally fit, in shape, then I need to see you fighting 2-3 times a year. Because that's what you're telling us you're going for. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with
So
that.
it's just figuring out what he wants, man. But it's hard as you go up the chain, you become a money fight. Do you know what I mean? But like we go back to talking last week. It's like use Joshua as a comparison, later stage of his career. That's a big money draw fight. It's very hard for him to take the route of doing something he done twice, which is become a world champion. He's already done that. Tried to do a third time, come short against Dubois. And now, where does he go from here? Are there fights for him out there? 1,000,000%. But is it all about money now? Probably because of his age. The age is a factor with Joshua, so it's a bit different. But you get where I'm coming from. Javante Davis is the same. Yeah, Javante Davis is the same. Yeah, Javante Davis. Devin Haney.
Haney's young enough, but he's also made a load of money and he's done everything in the sport.
Yeah.
Like they're motivating themselves to keep going.
Yeah, man.
Ryan Garcia's still got to be a world champion and still got to sort his life out. So
Teofimo Lopez has done everything and not made enough money. It's mental, isn't it? So he's on the other scale.
That's
Top Rank. Can we just talk about Top Rank for a minute? Like, what is that show? Like, really and truly, what is going on over there? Because the cards are a mess. And I mean that in respect of just, there's a couple of good fights on there. I would even say that Oscar De La Hoya puts on better shows.
Yeah. Golden Boy have got better fighters. Yeah. I like Top Rank fighters. I mean,
don't get me wrong. You got Arta Beterbiev there. It's Top Rank.
Yeah. Actually, who has got better fighters? I've said that, but I'm not sure that's right.
Yeah,
Golden Boy have got Zerdo.
They got Ryan Garcia. When's he fighting again, man? That's mental, isn't it? There's so many ifs, whats, and buts. But my point being, Top Rank are the worst promotion. You just put that in. It's fair enough. Yeah, Friday shows. Yeah, there's only one other fight happening on Friday. That's Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Yeah, that says a lot, respectively. I'm not a fan of these Thursday night shows. What's that all about? People on a school night. People got work, mate. Do you know what I mean? We didn't see that on a weekend. Thursday night's mental. As I said, you're asking me to do a live stream, and then I must get up for work at 7 a.m. Not a chance for your show on a Thursday. I'll watch the highlights, man. I'll be so real with. What was that show that Teofimo Lopez done? The circus show. Joke.
But this is the thing is, and that had Jose Ramirez on the undercard as the co-main event, and it's like they're good fighters there, but it doesn't excite me. This show it had an element of being all right because it was these prospects like Keyshawn Davis doing his homecoming fight, and you got the two other Davis brothers on there, Kelvin and I can't remember the other guy's name, and you got Abdullah Mason. You got some other like younger fighters that are all right, but ultimately this is just not that interesting. I mean, we spoke about it for like 2 minutes last week because we almost forgot about it. Now, in fairness, we're going to play the fight of the week, which is Abdullah Mason versus Vazquez.
Not the whole fight.
Not the whole fight, but as much as we can get away with, I reckon. Got everything all packed into about a round. So we are going to watch that. We'll watch that in a second. But ultimately, Top Rank needs to sort their shit out because this isn't really good enough. Because I don't want to stay up and watch a Top Rank show.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
PBC, keep me up. Crawford Spence, I'm up. Davis Garcia, I'm up.
You said that with vim in your eyes, you know, you said that with vim. I'm up. How certain people get...
I'm not staying awake for a Keyshawn Davis. I'll stay away for a Keyshawn Davis fight, but not for a Keyshawn Davis fight like that.
I'd rather watch. Yeah, for me, it's about the shows, the whole card. Like, don't bring me one good fight. Yeah. Don't bring me one good fight. I want a card. Yeah. I need them. What I need is a starters, mains, desserts. That's what I need. And a few cocktails afterwards. Don't just bring me the main course.
We're so spoilt now with fucking Riyadh season.
Riyadh season.
Starter, main, desserts, cocktails.
Riyadh season is an all-you-can-eat, upper-class,
luxury Michelin star buffet.
Marley-bone Chinese buffet. That's what that is. Yeah?
I'd love it Chinese right now.
Yeah. Marley-bone, man. 50 quid a head. That's Saudi.
Riyadh season is MSG.
I feel like Top Rank maybe goes along the lines of a Harvester. Just it's there. You know what you're getting. 3 courses, $11.99. Do you know what I mean?
Toby Carvery, Harvester. Yeah.
Let's not put them in the same bracket because I think Toby Carvery is a bit higher, you know.
I love a Toby Carvery, but I love a Harvester. But it doesn't mean I'm getting up at 4 in the morning to have one.
Not sure if I'm a fan of kids dribbling all over the salad. I'll be honest with you. That's what, do you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't like the hands. I don't like the what's the element? Yeah. It's like hands on the salad. Nah, I'm all right. Yeah. So that's what I'm comparing Top Rank to.
Are you guys doing the Mike and Jake watch-along fight? We technically haven't decided, but I don't really know if I'm going to watch.
Can I be honest with you? Yeah, I'm watching Katie Taylor and Serrano. There are some good fights on that card, undercard. Yeah. I can't bring myself to watch Tyson and Jake Paul, even for you. Like, we should do it because for YouTube, for you lot, for the viewers, for the subscribers, for the people that tune into our show, like you, show us love. So you know, you're kind of there's a bit of blackmail there where we should do it because you're kind of like, come on, just something, just so I can tune in, even if it's for 5 minutes. I can tune in and just watch the reaction. Maybe we should do it for a reaction. What time of the morning is that show on?
Let's find it. Because we have got Kate Taylor, Amanda Serrano on there as well. That's
Letty, man. What are you doing to it? It's free on Netflix as well, isn't it?
I think so.
Has to be, because I ain't paying for that.
No.
Not a chance.
4 a.m. UK time. That's when they're expected to do their ring walks.
Letty, you're killing me. It's to be confirmed. Will we do it?
I'll do it.
Connor would do it.
If you do it with her.
I would try and get there. Connor would do it.
I will be here. We will be on the channel. I will be up. And I'll just do some like fucking Adderall or something. I've got to keep myself fucking energized. Yeah. But we'll get to our thoughts very quickly. We've just got Abdullah Mason, and then we're straight on to we can do Mike Tyson straight away. Actually, so let's watch this little bit of Abdullah Mason.
And then we'll go on to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and then we'll go back to Jaron Ennis because I think he needs a little bit of attention. Right. 3 knockdowns and round of the year. That's not the title I'm giving it. Vasquez in the black and red trunks. Mason in green trunks. Let's talk about his trim, I reckon, as well.
His trim, come on.
What's going on? Oh, here? You can tell he's a nut job.
Mental. Barber forgot to take the back off of it, man. He just said, leave it alone. What is
short
that,
top and sides? I don't know.
I can't lie to you. If you're going into the ring with someone like that, they're a nutter. They're mental.
You'd be a bit scared.
But that aside, Abdullah Mason, let's get back to. We said Shakur Stevenson said round 1 is when fighters are the most dangerous. That was the piece of advice that he gave Abdullah Mason. Fashion statement. Yeah, I hear it. Is this going to mess it up? No. There we go. That hairstyle is a fashion statement.
It's something. It's something.
So just rewind for a minute.
Yeah. Oh, not quite that much. So you can just see here, like, they're getting close. I mean, this is a good pause. Abdullah Mason on the back foot here. And just gets caught. He throws a... Do you know what it is? We saw... When was it? Recently we saw... It was the AJ fight. AJ threw a lazy jab and got caught cold. Abdullah Mason throws a lazy jab and gets caught. Don't throw lazy jabs. We've seen this now so many times where fighters are throwing these jabs.
So this is a learning.
Oh, yeah. Don't get me wrong. And Shakur Stevenson's advice is correct. When you're in there with these guys, you need to be careful now. Equally, Abdullah Mason's good at what he does. And let's watch that again. Oh, just pinpoint on the chin. Now, I don't know how much more we can show of this.
Not a lot. I'm just gonna You'll have to stop it. I think it's very cap, Connor. Yeah. Maybe 15 seconds more.
Do you know what?
Let's not risk it. Should throw a chocolate biscuit.
We'll do that. But that's that video, Sky Sports Boxing. Thank you. Watch it. The full fight's on there. It's worth it. That'll be the only clips we show because I forgot about Jesse Rodriguez's uppercut. That's worth watching about 100 times over because it took me about 30 times to actually see it. That's how quick it is. So, yeah. To be fair, Jesse Rodriguez should probably be fighter of the night, but fighter of the week because he always can. But he's always going to be.
Yeah.
Let's quickly talk about very quickly. We'll get on to Mike Tyson because that's what people are here for. Jaron Ennis. Not the best performance. He won. He won kind of comfortably, but Jaron Ennis defensively problemed. Struggled a bit.
I go back to what I said last week. Madrimov beats Jaron Ennis.
Yeah, that's aged well because I now can't see how Madrimov beat.
So, clip that, reel it up from last week. Madrimov beats Jaron Ennis. I said it once and I'll say it again in the words of a rapper from London called Ambush. Madrimov beats Ennis. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say, man. No, do you know what the thing is as well? The fight that makes sense for Ennis would be a Conor Benn fight.
Yeah.
Because that's a credible fight. If he gets past Conor Benn, that's a big name on the record. He needs to start fighting some of these guys. There's only so many. There's only so many passengers that we can take on this ship, man.
This is the problem. Ennis's resume is good, like really good, but it's missing. It's missing those big names. It's missing Conor Benn. It's missing Crawford. I know he wants to fight Crawford, but realistically, after that performance, that's a bit of a Crawford would batter him. Ennis isn't ready for Crawford. Conor Benn fight makes sense because you got a Conor Benn that's still learning himself. Like these two are young, still getting better. And I still think Ennis would win that.
Conor Benn. Let me see. And tough. Again, so we have this one, Adriel, again. I said, let me see Conor Benn come forward aggressively against Ennis. Let me see how Ennis reacts. Then in that moment, when I first see that, I will know where Ennis is at in that fight.
Yeah.
But I think Conor Benn's a lively opponent. It's an Eddie Hearn fighter. Jaron Ennis is an Eddie Hearn fighter. And I don't think that they'll get put together, but it is the fight that makes sense. Not really that fussed about watching Eubank Jr. and Ben. Catch weight fight means nothing. Means nothing.
No. Eubank. Ben versus Ennis. Ennis versus Ben that fight sells a lot. That's a massive fight. I'd love to see that.
Eubank
and who? Could do that in the UK. Not Eubank. Ben and Ennis.
Yeah.
Jaron Ennis versus Conor Benn. That's a huge fight.
Ben and Ennis would do. Do you know what? Ben and Ennis on a Saudi card, but it's not a main card fight, but it's a co-main.
Co-main, yeah. Co-main event.
Co-main event.
Stick that on the undercard of, stick it in February. Have, it'll be what? Daniel Dubois main event.
Can you imagine Ben and Ennis on a co-main at Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua?
Oh my
Saudi,
God.
go
And then
big
you get Jay
or go
Opataya
home.
would be on there as well.
Jay Opataya
Huge.
has to be on there. It's
Yeah.
mental. Like, let us know in the comments, what is your perfect? Who are 7 fighters that you'd want to see on a card for Saudi? Just 7 fighters. You don't even have to name their opponents. Just 7 fighters that you want to see on a Saudi card. Because for me,
I mean, we can go crazy with this though. We could do an AJ Fury main event.
No, but
Crawford on there.
All right, let's simplify it because of time and we've got to talk about stuff. Yeah. I'm going to say 7 fighters. I've got AJ on there.
Yep.
No, do you know what? If it's a Wembley Stadium fight, I've got AJ on there. I've got Conor Ben on there. I'll put Ennis on there. Even if he's not fighting Ben, I'll just put Ennis on there as a name.
Yeah. Hamza Shiraz, always good to watch. If it's in Wembley as well.
Yeah, Hamza Shiraz. I'll put Nick Bull on there.
Yeah, good shout.
Jay Opataya.
Yeah.
And easy. Katie Taylor.
Yeah, Katie Taylor versus Chantel Cameron. Oh, hold on. AJ Fury, Ben Ennis, Taylor versus Cameron, Opataya versus Callum Smith. No, we're not pausing. Hamza Shiraz versus the Kazakh style guy. I can't remember his name right now. And then Nick Bull versus Noah Inoue. Best fight card of all time. There we go.
Eddie Hearn.
Imagine the first fight of the night being Nick Bull versus Noah Inoue.
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
That'd be nuts. But yeah, no, Jaron Ennis is leaky in his defense. It might have just been the one fight, but that didn't look good. That's not a guy that's going to compete with
I don't think
Crawford.
It's not the worst thing, but then give benefit of the doubt. Ennis is a great fighter. Maybe it's just a sort of the problem is this is where I say fighters need to be active. Right, yeah. Really active. Like he has this break, 3-4 weeks, however long it is, back into training, on the phone to Eddie.
Yeah.
When's my next fight? Do you know what I mean? That's a one credible. I would say that fight would make sense to do it at Wembley because it would sell out.
Yeah.
Purely because of the different communities you'd have. Like, can you imagine like all the Inui fans or just people in general, like Inui fans, be it even if it's not in Tokyo, the fans show up wherever they are around the world for their fighters. Look at a comparison, different country, but look at Son in terms of football, how he's perceived over here. How much do you see what I mean? If his own people, his own community show up, that's 10,000 people, 8,000 people showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Wembley, man. Wembley. We've seen enough UAE fights. UAE, Saudi. We've seen it all, man.
Yeah.
Wembley Stadium, Carl Froch numbers. We need to see that.
True. Right. Let's get on to the bit that people care about. I know you're not a fan, but
no, I'm
Mike
here
Tyson
to talk about it, though.
versus Jake Paul. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
Sure. Can I play? 1 second, guys. Let's play. I hope. Do you know what? I hope this blurs and I hope this works. No, it's gonna. Nah, it's not gonna work. This is the sound of. This is the sound.
You're watching?
Right, this is the sound of Jake Paul many years ago.
All from Bizarre Park, and you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker, first ever. Oh, nailed it.
So we've got. Oh my God! Look, my light didn't even like that. My light hates Jake Paul and just this fight. Anyway, we've got one of the baddest men on the planet, the Disney Channel's biggest celebrity, Jake Paul.
Yeah. I just can't believe it.
So what? Okay, let me rephrase this. We've got a 58-year-old man fighting a 27-year-old boxer. Let me rephrase this. We've got Mike Tyson, who is a professional marijuana smoker now, fighting Jake Paul, who is trying to box. I don't know how many times I can rephrase it. I'm just not happy about it. It's bad for boxing. It's a professional fight, 14-ounce gloves. And it's going on Mike Tyson's professional record.
Yep. 2 8-minute. Yeah, 2 8-minute rounds. 8 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
No headgear. Knockouts are allowed. Somebody can win, which is a rule they've highlighted so that it's not an exhibition.
I'll let you know.
It is an exhibition, but it's a
So,
pro record.
So can I just say something as well? Let's actually look at the great Mike Tyson for a second. Some of his opponents: Larry Holmes, Michael Spinks, Frank Bruno, Trevor Berbick, seen as one of his greatest wins. Evander Holyfield, Buster Mathis Jr. Underrated fight. He was undefeated as well. You've got like I said to you, the list goes on. It's madness. There was a Lennox. Lennox is in there somewhere as well, isn't it?
Yep.
Lennox Lewis, and
Frank
then
Bruno, Spinks.
Frank Bruno at the top of the bill. At the top of the bill, we've got Jake Paul. Mike Tyson's last fight was 2005 against Kevin McBride, which he lost. On box rate, Jake Paul is only 1 star rated higher than Kevin McBride. Jake Paul is I don't know what he is. Sometimes he's a light heavyweight. Sometimes he's a cruiserweight. Sometimes he's just.
I'll tell you what. He doesn't look like a heavyweight. He looks heavy. I don't think he looks that fit. I think he looks quite big around the waist. It's a weird one, right? Because we're talking about a 27-year-old guy that's been dedicated to the sport now for 4 or 5 years, so we know he's fit. And the guy is to an extent a bit of a natural athlete. Let's
pause on being dedicated to the sport, because let me just read you Jake Paul's fights. Ali Eson Gibb, YouTuber, got the win.
Yep.
Nate Robinson, former basketball player, got the win. Ben Askren, a wrestler who from the UFC. Tyrone Woodley twice. Anderson Silva, who's 51 years old. Tommy Fury, who resides from Love Island. Nate Diaz, very, very tough UFC fighter, can't box.
Yeah.
Andre August, boxer. Ryan Borland, he had the Golden Gloves. Was it winner's medal?
He won the Golden Gloves when he was about 12.
Okay, so they used that in the promo to promote Jake Paul's fight. They actually said
for 2 years before he fought. Yeah, he hadn't fought for 2 years before he fought.
Michael Perry, who never had a fight, but that was his first. That was his first fight, and he lost bare knuckle. And Jake Paul is now fighting Mike Tyson, who has 50 wins, 6 losses. Mike Tyson's ranked 2 stars on BoxRec naturally because he's 58 years old. I don't even think you should give him that, because if that's the case, then we might as well give when Muhammad Ali was in his 60s 3 stars, maybe, if we're doing that. Yeah, it stinks. The whole fight stinks. Yes, he is the baddest man on the planet. Mike Tyson was the baddest man on the planet. But as Tony Bellew says, you can't beat the clock.
No.
If Jake can try and get a knockout, if Jake can try and not get knocked out, it can go to the judges, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I'm targeting the Mike Tyson fans here, because obviously everyone is a fan of a certain Tyson from a certain era.
Yeah.
But there are some die-hard that, we've seen this before with Tyson Fury, where he couldn't do wrong. We're now seeing this with Mike Tyson. What are we basing Mike Tyson winning this fight on? Like, what are we actually basing it on?
Clips. That's what the basis is on.
What, of him just hitting pads?
Of him hitting pads.
Then
now, he fought Roy Jones Jr. When was that? 2020? Fought Roy Jones Jr. Like, the 2 old men fighting. It was all right to watch. Exhibition. I think people are forgetting how bad Mike Tyson looked in his last few fights. Bad. Kevin McBride stopped him. Danny Williams stopped him. He beat Clifford Etienne then lost to Lennox Lewis. Lennox Lewis you can lose to. That's cool. But he was so bad against Kevin McBride. And that was 19 years ago, near 20 years ago. He's now fighting Jake Paul, who I know you're right to bring his record up. Jake Paul's record is nothing to talk about. But he's been doing it. When did Jake Paul start? It does stink.
Stinks.
It does. But he started in January 2020, and we're now in November of 2024. That's 5 years. Doesn't take away from the fact his record stinks, but the guy he's done fight camps. He is fit.
And you're watching Disney Channel. Oh, no looker, first ever. Oh, nailed it.
Carry on. Yeah,
that's Jake Paul. But that's 5 years of dedication. That's 5 years of fight camps. That's 5 years of eating relatively right. 5 years of pissing people off. Doesn't matter that Tyson's been doing it for 6 months. We brought up the medical thing last week. Tyson had to pull out and he was in a wheelchair. It was in the thumbnail of this video.
Mike Tyson had a stomach ulcer, just to let people know, which stopped him because he was bleeding. He had to have an operation. He was close to dying. That is actually like credible, by the way. You can, excuse me, guys. You can see that stuff there. He almost died having this operation, and we are now seeing him a sanctioned fight by I don't know what professional board sanctioned this, but Texas. A sanctioned fight. The Texas board sanctioned this probably because of money.
Texas Commission
getting a nice little payout from it. Thieving. I've got words I can use, but might be a bit too rude for this one. Leave him alone. That's a legend, man. Leave him alone. Because, you talk about these great fighters. Lennox Lewis was offered exhibitions. He said no. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mike Tyson is 58 years old. The power, Mike still has the power. We are yet to see this. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but it'll be difficult. It'll be difficult to tell because they've got 14-ounce gloves, training gear classified as. Jake's still got stamina and youth on his side. So here's the issue: every single punch can have a detrimental effect on a fighter's health, or in anyone's health in general. Yeah. Anyone that's been punched in the head before, it's not really good for you. It's probably not good for you in your late 50s fighting, putting yourself through those training camps, all of these things. And now we're seeing it's a farce. Like, I've just got no other words for it. Like, I will be watching the Katie Taylor and Serrano fight. Listen, I'm going to have to come back to you lot and let you know about the stream. But, people want to see it. Will we do it? I'm going to sit here.
This is the beauty of the one channel. We can... If you don't want to watch Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, you don't have to. I'll sit here and firm it. But it's a bit of a weird one. Jake Paul looks fat. I don't think he looks that fit at heavyweight. He looks a little bit sluggish from what I have seen in the clips. Could be just him. The problem is you can't really tell with these social media guys because they could be putting it on. Who knows? Mike Tyson looks great for his age. That's the key. Yes, he looks ripped and stuff, and he looks like, but he also looks like fucking leather because he's 58. He should be in shape. Like the ideal is that everyone's in shape till they die and all this. But he's 58. He's done his time. He's been ripped. Mike Tyson looks good for a 58-year-old. Mike Tyson doesn't look good for Mike Tyson. Boxing Mike Tyson. So we're talking like, Tyson's got the power. He does, but then is a 58-year-old Mike Tyson's power better than Jake Paul's power? I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Like for one right hand compared to one right hand, Tyson, I assume, is more powerful. But equally, we're talking about a 27-year-old that isn't having to oil his joints to get his arm moved.
Has he got oil his joints? What are you calling him, Tin Man from Wizard of Oz?
He's so old, man. It's crazy that's even happening. But the fact,
do you know what it is? I don't even want to hear people come up to me and say, "Told you so." If he wins, like, I don't care. Like
Yeah.
he can win the fight. What we saying afterwards? Where does Mike Tyson go from here? Hopefully, just back to smoking
Stops.
marijuana and just chilling out. Like I'll be honest with
Yeah.
you, like I seen a clip where someone said Mike Tyson could go and fight in the current heavyweight division. I just need to know what mushrooms you're on, where you're buying them.
Because they're
Send
strong.
me the details. Send me the details.
Mm.
Why not?
Yeah.
I need to know who your dealer is.
That's Mike Tyson.
A man said to me at work, at where I work, my workplace, God forbid this one, he would beat Joshua in a fight.
Oh my God.
I kid you not, these words were uttered to me within my day job. Yeah. I'm just going to leave this one here. If you think for 2 seconds that you're going to see the Mike Tyson of old, then go and watch YouTube clips because this isn't it.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
YouTube kids, I don't know if I appreciate, but the rest of it's fine.
Connor might be a YouTube kid. I'm 30 in it. Like, I'll be honest with you, that the face doesn't. Yeah, I'm 30, man. But I'm a hardcore boxing fan, so is Connor. So we'll be the first to say that this fight stinks. It's not good for. I understand Jake Paul's business acumen. No one can knock that. The guy makes stupid money. Mike Tyson's getting paid 20 million for this fight. Jake Paul's getting paid 40 million. He's getting Mike Tyson a lot of money. But outside of that, it stinks. Jake Paul stinks as a boxer. He will never fight anyone. He'll never fight anyone of, what's the word I'm looking for? Of credibility. I want to see, I'd watch a fight with him and Tony Bellew just to watch Tony Bellew beat him up. What's the Canelo thing? Pop, 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 pop. That one. Pop, 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 pop.
George Foreman, Real Becco. Thank you. Great comment. But listen, the fight's rubbish. But the fact is, we've got 8 rounds of 2 minutes a round. So they fight for 16 minutes with, pillow gloves on.
2-minute rounds as well, 2-minute
my
rounds.
hope for this, I have one hope, and it's purely that Mike Tyson just walks out of the ring at the end. I'd love him to beat Jake Paul. I think that'd be quite funny.
Yeah, the serious, the real dark side of it is, as boxing fans, and I'm talking about anyone in this chat watching a video who watches it tomorrow, whenever, with a logical brain, knows how dangerous boxing is. I just really hope Mike Tyson survives. And I mean that in the most respectful way, in the sense that it's a 58-year-old man who took enough damage in his career, 50 wins, 6 losses, doesn't need any more. I don't think he's doing too badly in life. There was rumors he lost a lot of money, but I think he's still quite rich. I just hope he comes out of this fight in one piece, because it's not necessarily the fact that I think Jake Paul scares him, but it's more the fact that but your health at the end of the day, like I was, do you know what? Honestly, I want to actually say this, and I do you know what? I want to get his name up because I don't want to do it an injustice, Give me a second.
That's right. This is the moment, right? When that contract's put to Mike Tyson, that's where he needs good people around him to say, Mike, you're not 21 anymore. No.
Right.
You're not that guy now.
In last year, or this year, sorry, in May, there was a professional boxing bout at the Harrow Leisure Centre. And it was a 29-year-old Malam Varela in the 4th round of a middleweight bout, received treatment from paramedics at the scene and was taken to hospital, but later pronounced dead from being hit to the temple. This is the side of boxing that people don't understand. When you're in your prime and when you're in the realm of training every day, or you're in your prime, you're a Jay or Patel, or you're these guys that are fighting at the really top level, it kind of comes part and parcel of it. They know what they sign up to, the risks, they look after their body.
Yeah.
I think like Mike Tyson's been exploited here. I think Jake Paul's exploiting him. I think you've got to talk about somebody who's got heavy mental health, who had heavy drug addiction. all these things, and you're now going to bring him back into an environment which is negative for him. He said it in the past, and you're going to throw some money at him like he's a zoo animal and just say fight.
Yeah.
This is the side of it that I think, jokes aside, when we can all laugh and joke about what Mike Tyson's done, it makes me sick. And anyone that's supporting this fight, I can't lie to you. You do you. You have your opinion. I just can't have a conversation with you about why you think this fight's good.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion, Connor, innit?
No, you're right. And then, aside from that, this is what I meant by the Mike Tyson needs better people around him.
Yeah.
Because you should not be in a situation like money-wise. I know there were the rumors about him going bankrupt and stuff, but he also has the podcast he does. He sells weed. He's
just opened a shop in Amsterdam, weed shop.
Yeah, I think he's doing all right now. I'd like to think he is, or at least not to the point where he needs to fight Jake Paul, and yet he's got people around him.
The guy's had the hardest of lives, Connor. Like, the guy lost his daughter, prison, all these things. Don't get me wrong. Some will argue he was, prison was kind of at the time his fault, but he was in a world where that at one point the only role model he had that wasn't out to exploit him was his coach that he grew up through
Who then died.
Who died. He weren't the same person. These are the things that people don't understand. And I say this as a boxing fan because it makes me sad. Like, it is sad that we're all cheering on like we're in some gladiator pit and we're just watching somebody get wheeled out, the cuffs get taken off them, and they just have to fight to the death.
Yeah.
Call me exaggerating it. Call me exaggerating it. Call it what you want. I just hope that he comes out of this unharmed, untouched, and hopefully he never has to fight again. Bonus being that he beats Jake Paul, because if he beats Jake Paul, I don't think Jake Paul can ever step foot in a boxing ring again, because you let a 58-year-old man beat you. If Jake Paul beats him, I don't really see what Jake Paul can get out of it. Who can he negotiate a fight with? I will never see him in my rankings. Jake Paul can never, ever be in my rankings. You can throw all the money that you want at all these fighters, bro. Like, just never be in my rankings. He ain't going to fight for an Intercontinental title. He ain't going to fight for cruiserweights. He ain't going to fight for world titles. He's not good enough. Know-how, 0. Credibility, 0. Ring IQ, none.
All right. And to top off this incredible main event is the fact that it's above Taylor-Serrano.
Wow. Now we're talking. That's a fight.
Yeah. So now we're probably
a bit more positive. This is a co-main event of a circus act, to say the least.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Co-main event. But go on.
You got 3 world title fights underneath Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. 3. One being Taylor-Serrano, which is mental. I am excited to watch that. I didn't watch Taylor-Serrano live the first time. So that's why I'm kind of thinking I will stay up. I wish I had. I'm pretty sure I passed out. Didn't make it that night. But, oh well. Taylor-Serrano, who do I think is going to win? I think Serrano's going to win.
Yeah. But just to let people know, he is on the bottom of Taylor's going to win. I'm not happy that he's on the bottom of this.
You're watching Disney Channel. Oh, look, first ever. Oh.
I'm just going to keep. Sorry, I'm sorry. That clip kills me. Listen, they're below that fight. But when we're talking about let's kick them out of here. Let me just talk about Katie Taylor and Serrano. One of the biggest female fights in boxing.
I
think that Katie Taylor could lose his fight,
I think Serrano's going to win.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Katie Taylor did it. That's kind of what Katie Taylor's about.
Yeah, Katie Taylor really digs deep.
Yeah.
How much has she got left, though?
That's what I'm thinking.
This is the problem. I just don't think she needs to do anymore. I don't even think she needs to take this fight. But if she wins, she needs to walk into the sunset after this. She probably won't because of her mentality. Carry on, train.
Regardless. I think win or lose, I think this is Katie Taylor's last fight. What's left? This is the biggest payday. But if she wanted Chantel Cameron, they would have done Chantel Cameron. That would have happened. I think she's got 6 million coming in. I think
they're making a record. And to be fair, where I'm thinking Jake Paul out, credibility to him on this, he's given them a mad payday.
Yeah, biggest payday in women's boxing ever.
And that side of Jake Paul, I can't knock because he's been doing stuff for the boxers that he's got signed to him. So from a business point of view, hats off to him because he does add value to boxing in that sense. And anyone that says different, you need to just go and look it up. He's bringing a lot of professional fighters through, regardless of what he does. The interest he's got in the fighters that he's got signed to most valuable promote, or Serrano's part of most valuable promotions. But Katie Taylor's DAZN, but obviously, or Eddie Hearn, Matchroom. But he's bringing the big purses in for these fights for them. So I'm happy that Katie Taylor and Serrano are getting money for a fight that rightly so should. The pay packet matches the event. Do you see where I'm coming from?
Yep.
No,
it's right. But I think, genuinely, this could be the last fight for both of those women. Serrano seems to have a bit more about her. She seems to want to fight a bit more. But for me, I'm looking at Katie Taylor and going, this is the last one. And it'd be amazing if she won. I just can't see it. The first fight was close, and I think that was the best Katie Taylor. And I think Katie Taylor won that fight, but that's the best Katie Taylor. Mm-hmm. I don't think this is the best Katie Taylor anymore. But Serrano, I don't think has got any worse.
Yeah.
But we're talking about two of the greatest evers. Wouldn't actually surprise me if the two of them retired after. Win, lose, draw. I mean, draw maybe not, but...
Two of the greatest female boxers of all time.
Yeah.
I would like to see Serrano fight more, but there are fights throughout there, Sky Nicholson and stuff. As much as I'd like to see that fight, as when you get to the level that Serrano and Katie Taylor get to, they don't really need to take any more fights, as bad as that sounds.
No, you're right, though. Serrano's 47 wins and 2 losses with 1 draw.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard that is to do as a female fighter? There are not that many people that she can fight. She has beaten everyone. Apart from Katie Taylor, she has beaten everyone.
Both of them are ambassadors of the sport. So hats off to them. Whatever happens, I think they can both be happy with their boxing careers.
Oh, yeah.
And I think
it'd almost be nice if Serrano did. No, I can't say that. I'm a Katie Taylor fan, but it'd be nice if Serrano won in a way because they'd have a 1-1 each. And I think that is actually fair. And if this fight is anything like their last fight, then that's the only fair outcome. But equally, Katie Taylor is... You can't not be a fan of Katie Taylor.
Yeah. I will say to people whilst we're here, please go over to the Hooked Casuals channel because from January onwards, all live streams will be on that channel. Leading up to January, we will still be sharing them through the Boxing Corner Casuals and Hooked Boxing. But our joint show, which is on Hooked Casuals, which I'll put a link to in the comments, and there'll be a link in the bio afterwards. Please go and subscribe to that because from January onwards, all of the live shows that we do together will be on there. We're still both doing our content individually on our channels, but the weekly show has its own identity now. So please go and subscribe to it. You'll be helping us out massively. It's good that we carry everyone over that's watching from here. Overall, like I said, everyone that's been watching the shows throughout the year, if we can transition you over to the other channel that we've got, that would be much appreciated. Just makes it easier for us.
But...
Yeah.
Big time. So, official prediction for Taylor-Serrano.
Listen, man. Do you know what, man? I've got a tear. I ain't got a tear in my eye. I'm joking, but I got like what's the word? Like a fake, imaginary tear. Katie Taylor. This could be our last fight. Katie Taylor is, for me, like a boxing hero in terms of what she's done in women's boxing, what she's done,
Yeah.
the inspiration she set to thousands and thousands of women out there who want to get into boxing, what she's done back in Ireland, I want to see her win, but something in the back of my mind says that Amanda Serrano is going to beat her. Do you know what? It's hard. Do you know what, man? For the culture, I'm going to have to go Katie Taylor win, man. Katie Taylor win.
Yeah. I've got the Katie Taylor will get a movie made about her because of what she's done for the sport, women in the sport. And in that movie, I'm thinking, does she lose to Serrano and then just go off and we'll probably never hear of her again, realistically?
Mm-hmm.
Or does she beat Serrano and never hear of her again? And I can't quite work it out which way it's going to be. But my boxing brain is telling me Serrano's fresher, more active. I don't think has deteriorated in any way since their last fight. So I'm going to go Serrano, but I would love to see a Katie Taylor win. And Real Becca, I did answer your question. It's George Foreman. You clearly weren't paying attention. So that's on you. Right. Now, in the rest of the card, and this is the reason that I'm thinking of staying up, we've got Mario Barrios fighting Abel Ramos. Meh fight, but it's for a world title at welterweight. Could be useful to know because Conor Benn's obviously making his return. He'll be eyeing up these guys. Ennis will be looking to unify. He'll be eyeing up these guys. So it'd be good to just watch them and see what they're about. Shadeisha Green versus Melinda Watpool. I've seen a clip of Shadeisha Green. I know she looks pretty good, but I know she lost. Don't know. I haven't watched enough of them. But again, world title fight. Interesting. Especially because I think Clarissa Shields is what has some level of interest in this. It could be
what weight is that?
Super middle.
Jesus,
but I can't remember what
just
super middle is.
For a world heavyweight title. What's going on? Clarissa Shields is just watching everyone. I might just see Clarissa Shields at featherweight at some point. I'll be honest with you. How many world titles? Light heavyweight, middleweight.
She's 30. No, she's 14 division. No, 14 division. 14-time world champion. 14 belt world champion. She's done 5 divisions, 6 divisions.
She calls herself
But that does include the weird light heavyweight and heavyweight in the same fight, which doesn't. But that's not her fault. And you got Bruce Carrington as well on the undercard, and he's good to watch. So there's
the card is good. The card is good.
The main event sucks. How often do we say that? The undercard is better than the main event. Never said that before in my life.
I'll tell you one thing. Do you know what? People want to hear it, man. What's your prediction for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? We have to give one. I don't like it, but we have to.
Mike Tyson's going to knock him out in round 3. Fuck it. I'll go with the legend.
For the culture, man. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
But he's got to do it early because I don't think past. How many rounds you say it was?
8 rounds. 2 minutes though, but 8 rounds.
I think he's got 6 minutes in him before he starts gassing up. I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, the marijuana it does something to you, man.
That's the thing. He's had a long life, and a lot of that life in the last 5 years has been on shrooms and weed. He's been smoking joints.
That's for him. That sounds like a great retirement, but
it is a great retirement. You should just be doing that.
Yeah,
shouldn't be fighting though.
Do you reckon he'll have a shroom after the fight? 1,000,000%. Mike Tyson's just Mike Tyson, man.
Yeah.
In the changing room, just spaced out. Jake Paul comes in. Oh, well done. Nah, do you know what, man? The boxing fans want to see this show, this joke of a thing be put to a stop. I don't know if Mike Tyson's the man to do it, man. I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
I thought, do you know what? Tommy Fury already done it. Do you know what I mean? But he carried on.
Yeah. But he got himself knocked down. I think if Tommy Fury didn't get knocked down in the final round and he just actually just wiped the floor with him, then we might not be talking about Jake Paul right now. I
will leave this with one question, though, for all of the people that think this is a good fight. Where does Jake Paul go? Because I don't think he touches anyone in the top 30, let alone. We already been through this before anyway. He lost against Tommy Fury, who on BoxRec is ranked maybe the 112th cruiserweight maybe in the world.
Yeah, something like that.
So where really is Jake Paul going with this? I think that he should fight. I'm saying if he beats Mike Tyson, then just go and look. We need to see who's retired and reaching 60. That's the category he's looking at, because he ain't fighting boxers, man. He ain't fighting boxers. No. It'd be nice to see a Mike knockout one last time. It would be nice. It would be nice, but he's got to do it early doors, because, like I said to you, stamina tank might not be like it was before. He didn't. The public workouts they do, he didn't look great in them. I'll be honest with you.
Well, to be fair, neither of them look great.
Okay, Jake Paul was expected because he's not great. Mike Tyson used to be great. He's not great anymore. I'm not, the thing is, I'm watching it and I'm like, what do people expect from Mike Tyson? It's like, do you know, like, his style, like how he used to come inside, duck, like all of this.
Yeah, he ain't doing that.
You couldn't see that before. Now you'll see Mike Tyson from. You'll see Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not joking. Yeah, like, you see how I see like a. You see when you're looking out your window and you look up at the planes going across the sky. That's it's Mike Tyson going that like that. It's different now, man. It's different. I can't entertain this fight, man. But if you are watching it and you do want to watch it, I believe it's free on Netflix, so enjoy it.
Yeah, I think we'll do one for Hook Casuals. Maybe only. We'll do it on all the channels. We'll do I will be there. Paolo, we'll see.
Okay, look. If I will set an alarm, if I wake up, I will jump on. But I'll be honest with you.
At least one of us will do it. I'll be fine. I'll watch, commentate, and drink, and I think I'll be decent.
Connor drinking, man. That's the one. That's the one. Connor drinking, man. Just get him on. Get him on, and his friends will be on. What's it called?
Oh my god!
I sound mad. What's it called? What do you got used to chat? Discord. That's it. Discord, man. Discord. We need to set up a Discord for Hook Casuals, to be fair. I'm gonna let Connor do all of that though, because the Discord thing I don't do Discord, but I will do it for the podcast.
Yeah,
I am 30. I'm not 50. I promise you. So I'm only 3 years older than Jake Paul, actually.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? It's mental. Jake Paul's worth and what he amasses makes me sick, but I understand why. He's a big money man. Like, he's a businessman.
Yeah,
you can't knock his hustle. This is the thing. I can't knock what he's done. I just knock the fight. I hate the fight. The fight stinks. The fight stinks. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Let us know anyone in your comments. Just comment below. Yeah. Let us know your predictions. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul.
18 people here. Come on. Mike Tyson, Jake Paul predictions. Come on. Or 17 people. Someone was rude. Fuck. But I'm going Tyson, because I refuse in my head to see that blonde. I don't want to call him a prick, but he's a bit of a prick on the fucking ropes, celebrating whilst there's a 58-year-old man lying on the ground.
Whilst we've got these people here, please go and subscribe to our joint channel. From January onwards, all of our lives will be on Hooked Casuals, which there's a link in the comments, and there'll be a link in the bio of our post video here. From up until January, we're streaming it across the free platforms, just so that we can give people time to move over. But please go and subscribe to Hooked Casuals. We will still be doing our individual content. I've got plans to do interviews. Connor's got plans, but the joint weekly stuff will be going on Hooked Casuals from January onwards. It's on there now, Hooked Casuals, but it is also As I said to you, from January onwards, it would just be on Hoots Casuals. The lives will not be streamed through Boxing Corner Casuals or Hoots Boxing. So please go and subscribe to that.
Right. I think that is boxing this week. I don't think there's too much more to say.
Drop the mic.
There is nothing else to say. So, as per usual, I let Paolo end it because it wouldn't be right.
Listen, man, in the grand scheme of things, like, share, subscribe. Do it before you're in the mud.